persons as TransNamib's Holdings Limited's Board of Directors for a period of 3 years with effect from today, the 7th of February 2019. And the people are ranked not in any order of precedence or preference. Ms. Josephine Sikongo, I want you to stand up so that the people can. There she is. Dr. Michael Ohrup, there he is. Now, the next one, Madame Gaenor Mikkels. We have received her apology in writing. I told my personal assistant to follow up. She is currently in Cape Town, South Africa, but she will be back in the country tomorrow. And she has accepted this appointment. So she is not here. Gaenor Mikkels. Mr. Oscar Kaveru, there he is. Advocate Sigrid Tiorgisa, there he is. Mr. Vincent Berema, there he is. And these people have got their different skills. Some are finance, human resources, law. Maybe here also, if my colleague allows, we must explain, because I know people are more interested in gossip than anything else. When we submitted this submission, our idea was to have a board that consists of 7 people. That is still the idea. I must inform the nation and all of you here that there was a policy issue surrounding one person who was recommended. Policy issue, not the personality of the person. Person is very competent, but this person happens to be a chief executive officer of a parastatal, not TransNamib, but another parastatal. Then there was the debate now in terms of the principles and policies that our colleagues in public enterprises, they are still finalizing that policy. It was in cabinet last year, but they're finalizing. The question was, is it okay for a chief executive officer of parastatal A to serve as a board member of parastatal B or C or D? So there was a debate surrounding that. And therefore the decision was that we are going to clarify that once this policy document is submitted. But we were given, with my colleague, a go-ahead in the meantime to look around for the 7th person. So I just felt that I needed to put this straight on the table. So that at the end of the day, sometime when you will see that there are 7 people here, then you understand what is the background. I'm duty bound also to inform you, esteemed board members, and the Namibian nation at large, that in order to enhance transparency, integrity, and trust in the appointment of the TransNamib Board of Directors, it was decided to publicly advertise the vacancies in the Namibian newspapers for the recruitment of the board members, whom we are officially inaugurating today. The said advert ran from 28 August 2018 to 24 September 2018. At least 55 applications were received by the set deadline. The selected 7 later, are thus, so to speak, and I want to read this sentence very slowly. The selected 6 are thus, so to speak, the best among the best. Among, preposition, among the best. You are not the best above the others. I understand, I hope you understand what I mean. You have 55 people who applied. Now, if you have that attitude that, you know, I was the best, therefore I was selected, and all the others are not the best, it's a question of limitation. 55 and you have to select 6. So those who could not be appointed are not competent, are not qualified, then you are. But we want this, in the sake of transparency, to do it that way so that you also know. I told the board of directors of Namibia the same. It does not mean that we don't have a pool of other experts. If something happens, justifiably so, it is very easy to replace. Minister, you also talked about, yes, CVs are important, qualifications are very important, but integrity, principles, leadership. I saw one article in one of the papers today saying that somebody was the best, 91%, fine. But you are not appointed to compete with these other people that were introducing themselves here. Some of them are strategic executive for finance, for human resources, for rail, for what. You may have that qualification, but you are not going to compete with them and say that I have got a PhD in finance, therefore you who were appointed as the strategic executive of finance or the chief executive officer, you have nothing to tell me. Your qualifications are important so that you understand, but you are leaders. Leaders at the policy level, representing the shareholder. You may be so technically qualified, but in terms of leadership, leading other people, supervising other people, inspiring other people, dealing with people, you may have shortcomings. So therefore, let us not create a debate. Even us, when we are appointed as ministers, President may ask some